Play is where children do lots of learning. It's not as if there's play and learning. There's not division. Play is learning.
If we really want Scotland to be the best place in the world to grow up, let's do things for children to make their life better and their futures better.
It's now becoming vital that we put principles into practice, ring fence that period between 3 and 7 for proper play-based kindergarten type education, and make sure that what is actually a brilliant national curriculum for excellence, actually gets into effect and gets started right.
There really is no basis, I think, in my view, for starting schooling in a formal sense at the age of 5 and pursuing that through the taught experience rather than the experience of learning. And I'm not aware of any research which says, yep, 5's the time to go.
Somehow we seem to have bought in, as parents sometimes, and as professionals and as policy makers, to the idea that the sooner you start and the harder you push, the quicker you'll get there. But in fact, the evidence, the research evidence suggests completely the opposite.
The school starting age of 5, or indeed now very often 4, it only happens in 12% of countries in the world. 66% of countries send their children to school at 6, and 22%, and this includes the most successful countries at the moment in OECD educational surveys, they start at 7. So we are very odd in many ways in starting so young, and in fact all of that 12% are UK or ex-British colonies. It's to do with a decision made by Victorian politicians back in the 1860s. Nothing to do with education, a lot to do with economics.
There is research and evidence that if you put lots of children in a small room together, that there is stress in their brain. Their brains don't develop as efficiently and as beautifully as they could do because there's just so much going on around them.
If all the things that we were doing to protect our children were working, we wouldn't be seeing the issues that we've got with mental health, with self-harming, as I said, with risk-taking behaviour. If it was working, that wouldn't be happening. And if it's not working, then surely to goodness we need to rethink how we're conceiving childhood.
It's true, there's an attainment gap. Scotland isn't doing as well on attainment as some other countries, and we would like ourselves to do better. So at the moment, the proposal is we'll have more testing.
What we're doing at the moment is not working, and it's just foolhardy to say, well, what we're doing at the moment is not working, so let's do more of it. Let's bring it forward or try harder. And we need to step aside from that and say, let's do something different.
We've got stuck in this way of thinking, and the people who know about the children are getting increasingly concerned.
I don't think we're making the difference we need to make for young people growing up in disadvantage. I don't even think we're making enough of a difference for young people who are not growing up in disadvantage in terms of helping them to fulfil their potential and helping us as a nation to fulfil our potential.
How we think about our children, how we look after our children, and neglect of our children is not confined to those people over there who live in poor areas. There are lots and lots of well-off people who don't pay as much attention to their kids as they should. The most valuable thing we give our children is our time.
Now, in Scotland, we've done some fantastic things. We actually have play built into current policies. So we have play-based learning. We often hear the phrase, learning through play, but I get entertained by that because play is okay as long as we are learning. As long as learning is the outcome, play can be the vehicle. But the idea that play on its own would be enough makes us nervous because play sounds frivolous and fun. And so I think that it's our ideas about play that are part of the anxiety about the Upstart movement.